Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearthed, where we like to dive into whatever topic comes to mind each and every week. Every week we have an installment on mental health because it's important, man. You got to check on your people. You got to check on your people and have your people check on you. It is important, man. It's important to me that we continue to have discussions on mental health because it's just not talked about enough. Now we're going to cue the intro. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearthed. I'm your host, Micah, owner of Lawn Dude Lawn Maintenance LLC. Husband, father, most importantly, a man of faith. So, today's episode, man, the title is Rooted Through the Grind. Because in this particular season that I'm in, both in business and in life, staying grounded is everything. So this one's for anyone out there, trying to balance, juggling priorities and just trying to keep your head, your heart and your household above water. Because sometimes it feels like you're taking on a lot of water. So for me, and you gotta forgive me, this truck talk, man. I'm on my way, moving and grooving to my next location. You know how it goes. So for me, and keep in mind the order that I'm about to say all these in, I'm gonna say, it's God first. God is the foundation. So the foundation is over hustle. God first, foundation over hustle. So let me start out by saying everything starts for me with God. And this is something that, can I be honest with y'all right quick? Can I be like 110% honest with y'all? Alright, well, here we go. This is an area where I need to be better at. My walk with God needs to be better. Because, the business doesn't run without him. The family doesn't hold together without him. And I can't lead anything, you know what I mean? Can't lead a conversation. I can't lead a company. Can't even lead a crew without leaning on faith, without having strong faith. I've been in situations where I didn't have the answers or the funds. Even to this day, I can say that. Or the energy to even keep pushing. But guess what? God made a way. That's not a sound bite. That is not a sound bite. That's just my story. When I pray, it's not for, shortcuts. Not for a way to just cut through and get to the top. My prayers are for strength. They're for peace and pressure. Because being in the situations we're in a lot of time, we feel a lot of pressure. So if you're building something, I would definitely say, let God build you first. And again, this is something that, I'm preaching to the choir here because I'm in the same situation. I'm letting God build me first. That's the real secret to any success that you see. For me, I'm always going to say, family. My family is not a distraction. They're the fuel. They're the fuel, not the distraction. You see what I did there? So, to anyone trying to grow a business and keep your household sane, I see you. You know what I mean? I feel you, because you're not alone. You're not the only one trying to do this. So, my wife Virginia and I, we're constantly, you know what I mean, at times trading roles. You know, parent first, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's, I don't even know a good word to say it, but I guess you could say advisor, because there's nothing I do really in business without running it by her first, seeing what she thinks, getting her opinion. So trying to stay on the same page, while everything keeps spinning, you know what I mean? It takes a special person, and I would love to say that, that's something that we do really well. Some folks, they treat family like something that gets in the way of the hustle. Nah, man. That's not me. That's not my style. That's not how I get down. For me, my family is why I hustle. They are my motivation. But I also know if I give everything to the job and nothing to them, I've lost. Point blank, period. Dinner together with them matters. Late night rides, to and from games and practices, to and from school, they matter to me. Because at the end of the day, when, for example, when my mower stopped and my inbox is full, family is what I come home to. Family is who keeps me grounded. So, like I said, point blank period, for me, family is important. Now for business, the wait in the wind, man. The wait in the wind. Business is booming at times. And that's a blessing. But let's be real, man. It ain't easy. It's not freaking easy. It's not easy at all. Business is hard. Business is tough. Some weeks, I'm navigating through weather days, managing through jobs and many different various services, squeezing in other services, and still trying to, at the same time, make sure podcast and YouTube content and any other content for marketing stay consistent. We've had clients go with other companies for faster quotes. I just had that today. Real time. I had a potential client, sent us a quote. I literally went out the next day. We received this quote that evening. And I just had the client email me back today and say, oh man, I'm just seeing your quote. I went with another company who actually got me a quote faster. And, I wish I would have seen yours because it's less expensive. So it's two things that got me there. Number one, it's like, good night. What, did somebody leave their dinner table or their kid's game to go run out and do an estimate real quick? Because you beat me and I came out the next morning. Pause. Then, geez, you must really just have an empty schedule in the evening and the afternoon to just go do estimates. Other thing dawned on me is, wow, it's crazy how quickly this potential client, signed with somebody else, knowing that I automatically send an email out to any potential client saying, hey, I'll be out within the next couple of days for sure, and I will email you an estimate after I drive by your service, after I drive by your property. So you got that initial email from me. You knew I was going to come out, but you still went with the other person right away. And then the other thing that got me was, wow, my quote's less expensive than somebody's. I I'm not trying to be funny, but I do know my worth. So my numbers are based on all the factors I've seen from having a bookkeeper, knowing where my numbers should be. So I am a little surprised that somebody is actually charging more. Usually my estimate ends up being one of the higher ones. And I'm not saying that because I'm so proud of that. I'm saying that because I'm seeing what times we're in. And I'm wondering if somebody just tried to rip somebody off, or, what the case may be there. Either which way, it is what it is. It stung at first when I used to deal with this. As of now, this stage of business, I get it. I get it. Good service isn't always the fastest, but you know what I mean? It's more lasting. It's the more lasting. So, to all the folks, who ride with Lawn Dude Lawn Maintenance LLC, whether it be for mowing, whether it be for any type of lawn maintenance services or commercial snow removal, aeration, whatever the service is, Harley raking, you name it. I appreciate y'all. And to our sponsors, man, I'm going to go ahead and shout them out right quick. Petrol Tools and FinPrint Apparel. Much love to them because they gave us opportunity when others didn't. Don't forget to use the code DUDE10, DUDE10, all caps, if you haven't already. Business is built on effort, consistency, and keeping promises. And I'm going to keep showing up, man, day in and day out, each and every day. Now, I want to talk about the work that you can't skip. Mental health. Mental health. The last thing I'm going to talk about today, but most certainly isn't the least, important of a topic, is mental health. Let me be honest. Even with God and family and business flowing, there are days, I still feel stretched too thin. The weight of the decisions, the quiet stress that no one sees, the pressure to keep performing, man, be feeling all that. Pause. It's easy to keep pushing and to ignore what you feel. But you know what, man? That's a trap. That is definitely a trap. Because mental health isn't a soft topic. It's survival. It is becoming more and more talked about now. And I thank God that it's a topic that's actually talked about now. It used to be looked at as weak and soft, especially as a man. You mentioned either anything about mental health, mental awareness. It's not about being soft, it's survival. You know what I mean? That's why I say check on your people every week. So make sure you check on your people and make sure they checking on you. Because you can't pour from an empty gas can. Let me say that again. You can't pour from an empty gas can. Burnout is definitely real. Oh, if it show is real. Been there, done that many times. I've learned that it's okay to hit pause, relax, to say, not today. To believe your day's going to get better, even when it starts off rough. That's something I'm famous for. If a day starts off rough, I say, hey, I'm not going to let my day finish like this. I'm not going to believe my whole day is going to be rough. I'm going to believe it's going to change. I believe I'm going to dominate the day. That's a big thing for me that I always say. So, be sure to check on yourself the way you check on your equipment. If you're in the service industry, especially lawn and landscape, we check on our equipment. We make sure it's good to go. Check on yourself. Your body will tell you when it's ready to rest. Mine forces me to rest sometimes when I try to overdo it. Excuse me. You don't wait till it breaks. Do not wait until your body breaks. You got to maintain it, man. So If you're running hard and feeling just a little off, I get it. I'm one of those. Pause. Stop, breathe, definitely pray, talk to someone, and protect your peace like your business depends on it. Guess what? Because it does. Like your family depends on it. Guess what? Because more importantly, they definitely do. So that's where I'm at with it, man. You gotta be rooted in faith so you can show up for your family, so you can push your business forward, and working every day on the stuff that no one sees. If this resonated with you at all, do me a favor. Please share it. Text it to a friend who's doing too much and needs a reminder. We all need reminders. You know, we're not built to carry everything alone. See what I'm saying? We're not built to carry it all alone, even though it feels that way a lot of times. So, I'm Micah Hudson. This has been Lawn Dude Unearthed. This is the Lawn Dude saying stay grounded, stay faithful, stay growing, and most importantly, stay blessed. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Lawn Dude Unearthed. We talk about all kinds of things here. The good stuff, the tough stuff, and everything in between. If you like the show, please give us a 5-star review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and have a blessed day.